Hello and welcome to Tools to Create a Better Life with myself, Glenyce Hughes. Thank you so much for being here. I am so incredibly grateful to you. I just am blown away with how many messages I receive every day about the gratitude for this radio show and for all of you longtime listeners. Yes, I have had a radio show since 2013. Now, if you're on a podcast app, you can search The Glenyce Show, and that will get you the shows from 2013 to, I think, 2018. And then from then forward, it has been Tools to Create a Better Life. So 2 different podcasts, but both have been this show. How's it get any better than that? All right, what are we talking about this week? Well, tools to be the choosing one. Yes, the choosing one. So this is a very small segment in the Business Done Different, the Joy of Business manual that 𝘗𝘗𝘰𝘨𝘳𝘍𝑀 has created for the Business Done Different classes. That I, of course, have one coming up. And even when you listen to this later, I will have one coming up. If you're listening currently, then I have one coming up in June of 2022. It's going to be 3 hours a day, 5 days in a row, and you can check the link below to find out what the dates are and more information. If you can't find it, please reach out and I will get you the link. So in the manual, I mean, it's worth its weight in gold. It's so amazing. And this one section popped out this morning as I was looking through, and it is called Choosing versus the Chosen One. So I have the manual on my computer, which is why I'm looking over there now and again just to get the actual wording of it correctly, because it's an energy. It's an energy that some of us, not all of us, but me definitely, had spent many, many years trying to be the chosen one, which isn't your most empowered space to be. Being the choosing one is where you actually want to be. That's where you would have, obviously, choice. You would be empowered. You would actually be the choosing one in your life and your living. You're not looking for validation from other people. And so when we're looking to be the chosen one, that's what we're doing. We're looking for validation. Everything that just brought up. Well, you destroyed and created all times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, POD, POC, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. If you're not familiar with that statement I just said, that is the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. You can go to theclearingstatement.com for more information about how it works. But it's basically all the energy that comes up when we talk about stuff, even the stuff we don't have words for. Even if you're like, Glenyce, I don't even know what you're talking about. Choosing, chosen one, what? There's a lot of energy that's coming up. And so we just wave this magic wand, we run the clearing statement, and it clears it. It's freaking magical. I love, love, love it. I talk about it all the time, but do check out that webpage if you're not familiar with it. And now I want to run a couple of the clearings from the manual. So everywhere you're doing something because you were chosen, rather than allowing yourself to perceive, know, be, and receive, if you would like to choose it, will you destroy and uncreate at all times a godzillion? Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, POD, POC, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. One of the tools that you can start to use to stop waiting to be the chosen one is to start asking yourself, when you're making a choice, if I was choosing for me here, what would I choose? That will start to give you the idea, the energy of if it's actually something you would like to choose, or something that you feel like you should choose or that other people would like you to choose. Now, it doesn't mean just because you ask that and you get that you wouldn't choose that thing, it doesn't mean that you can't choose that thing. What you want to do is just start giving yourself the awareness, the information about if you're choosing it for you or you're choosing it for other people. That will just start to unravel that, and that'll give you awareness of more choice. So I want to say that again because it's really important. When you ask, if I was choosing for me here, what would I choose? And you get you wouldn't choose that thing, it doesn't mean you don't choose it. It just means you start to let yourself know, and maybe you still do. Maybe it's from a greater, like if you look from a bigger picture, maybe it's going to create greater to actually choose it. But if you were actually just choosing for you, if there was no one else on the planet, you wouldn't, and it'll create greater to choose it. So it's a bit of a trick question in the sense that you're not always going to follow it. You're going to look from the bigger perspective, and you're going to give yourself that information. You're going to let yourself know, and that will start to unravel this, so to speak. So one of the things that I used to do years ago, some of you might not be aware, is that I was a professional medium, which meant I talked to dead people for other people for 10 plus years. And I was very good at it. I had a very amazing business with it. And I didn't love it. Sometimes I loved it. Most times I didn't. And it is one of these energies for me. It was really where I was the chosen one. I could do it. I was good at it. And people wanted me to do it. So I kept doing it until I didn't. But it was truly from that energy of being the chosen one. And it was interesting because earlier this week I had somebody reach out who I had done a mediumship reading for her when her husband had died. And she reached out to see if I could do one for her friend. So it had been many, many years since she'd been in touch with me, not realizing I haven't done it since probably 2014. It's just not something I choose anymore. And so I was looking at that as like, and her response back was, how good I was and how good I was at it and all the things. And that's great. And now I'm so clear in what actually works for me in most areas. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it in all areas, but I'm so much more willing to be aware that yes, anything I do, just probably like you, anything I do, I'm fucking phenomenal at. So I could choose a billion things. And what actually lights me up, what works for me. So that was just one area. I was like, yeah, I was really operating from the chosen one. I continuously got validated when people loved the mediumship readings that I did for them. And it just doesn't light me up like facilitating, like empowering people to know that they know. And now I'm able to choose that without the crazy of, well, I'm supposed to, it's the right thing. They would like me to, they would like me if I did that. That sort of bizarre energy. All right. And everywhere that you were looking for validation from other people through being the chosen one, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Whew. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, POD, shorts, boys, POVADs, and beyonds. Now, if you're on social media, if you're active on social media, and I don't mean just an observer, but if you are a poster, if you create TikToks, if you put posts on social media of any kind, you want to be super aware of being the chosen one, because that's, to me, where a lot of the energies are with this crazy, is that when we post something, there's a lot of the how many people liked it, how many people commented, did so-and-so see it, did they like it if they saw it, what do they think, what is that person, and maybe somebody says a rude comment underneath, and now, oh my gosh, like there's just so much insanity where you really want to be present with that if you're a poster on social media and you're recognizing this energy of being the chosen one. It's like when you post, do it for you. Do it so that if nobody else read it or saw it or engaged with it, you would still love it so much. You would still be so grateful that it's out in the world, because otherwise you're giving your power away. You're going, oh, they didn't like it. Maybe you put it, I've heard people that put, say, a video on TikTok and in 24 hours they only had 2 people view it, so then they take it down. It's like, so then you put it up for other people. I know it's a really bizarre concept, but this is another tool that has helped me so much in everything, business and everything, is the willingness to do everything I do, even this radio show that I'm doing right now and all the hundreds before, is for me. I don't do them for other people. I don't do them so people listen. I don't do them so I have so many downloads or listeners or whatever, all those things that this reality makes so significant. I do them for me. I do them so I receive more awareness. Now, it happens that many of you also receive awareness with some of the shows, maybe all of the shows, maybe only one of the shows. And so it is a win-win. However, if I do it for you, then I have to be in constant judgment of me, of whether you liked it, whether you receive from it what I thought you should receive from it, and all that insanity. So that's another tool, is to really start recognizing that if you're not doing it just for you, then don't do it, or you're giving your power away. You're waiting to be the chosen one. Whew, everything that just brought up, well, you destroyed, uncreated, all times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD POC, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Again, guys, I know that's a really weird ass backwards way to do things, but let me tell you, it has created so much freedom in my life, in my living, in the business. Because I get to do what lights me up. I get to do what's fun for me. If other people love it, awesome. If they don't, awesome. Right? And the thing is, once we are willing to be the choosing one, we choose what works for us. We choose what lights us up. We're the choosing one. What we become is needless. We do not need other people to validate us. We do not need other people to like us. We do not need anything. So we're needless. And needless is this energy that is so attractive to us. When you meet somebody who is needless, you are very drawn to them. Because there's nowhere in their world that they're saying, hey, come here. I need you to tell me I'm good. I need you to validate me. I need you to be my friend. There's none of the need that is very repellent to us. They're totally needless. So they get to be present. They get to be the choosing one. It's a totally different space. And ultimately, that's what I'm choosing towards, is being needless. And being needless doesn't mean you don't have choice. In fact, being needless means you have infinite choice. Means you're not choosing based on needing something. You're choosing because it's fun for you, or it's light for you, or it's going to create greater, or all of those energies. It's a totally different space. So everywhere you haven't been willing to be needless, well, you destroy and uncreated all times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD POC, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Yeah. Now, with that, the tool that you can use is to start recognizing when you're needing, when you need to check how many people liked your post, or you need to have somebody understand you, or you need to have somebody tell you that you're great before you acknowledge it, whatever it might be. Start really paying attention to you with that. Even using the word need, pay attention to that. Because that is where you'll probably find yourself being able to catch yourself when you're needing, when you're using, like, I need to make this post, or I need to go to this class, or I need to go and see this person, or all of that. Pay attention to the word. Now, it doesn't mean you always use the word. Sometimes it's just going to be an energy. So the other way you could do it is truth. Am I needy here? Am I being needy here? So if you have a situation in your life and you're kind of going back and forth and you're just not sure why it's not flowing or whatever, truth, am I being needy here? Do I need someone? Do I need this? Do I need whatever? And then if you get yes, if it's true for you, if that's where you're operating from, then you can stop, just take a moment, stop, and then be like, okay, so what would it actually take to change this? How needless could I be here? And is that need even yours? No, you're aware of it, as with all the crazy on the planet, you're aware of it, but it's not yours. All right, guys, have a fabulous week, and I look forward to chatting again next week.